From NBC News, this is Today with Matt Lauer and Ann Curry. Live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
Let's begin with this morning's sentencing of Casey Anthony. NBC's Kerry Sanders is outside the courthouse in Orlando. Kerry, good morning.
Well, good morning, Ann. Casey Anthony may have spent her last night in jail. We believe that she's in the courthouse now, brought here as the sole inmate in a jail van early this morning. She's already spent 2 years, 9 months in jail, so it's possible the judge could decide that's a sufficient amount of time for the conviction that she has been handed down by the jury. However, it may not be so easy because 15 of the months that she spent in jail were already applied to an older conviction for check fraud.
Casey Anthony heads back to court today, acquitted of murder for one simple reason. The prosecution failed to prove its case. Juror number 3, Jennifer Ford, spoke to ABC News.
None of it. How did she die? If you're going to charge someone with murder, don't you have to know how they killed someone or why they might have killed someone or have something where, when, why, how? Not guilty doesn't mean innocent.
Justice for Kaylee! Justice for Kaylee!
Despite the public's outrage, Ford says the jury was well aware this was a death penalty case.
In our country, unfortunately, we have to prove it. You can't just be like, yeah, that really looks bad. Smells bad, looks bad. I get that. It does. Smells bad, looks bad. I get that. But it's someone else's life, and if I'm wrong and I kill someone else, I can't live with that.
Casey Anthony was found guilty, not of murdering her daughter Kaylee, but guilty on 4 misdemeanor counts of lying to law enforcement officers. Remember Casey's first recorded interrogation when she told detectives a nanny named Zanny had taken Kaylee?
See, I know, and you know, that everything you told me is a lie, correct?
Not everything that I told you.
Okay, pretty much everything that you've told me, including where Kaylee is right now.
That I don't know where she is.
Sure you do.
And some of you are tired.
Judge Belvin Perry,
I want all of you bright-eyed and bushy-tailed,
could sentence her to 4 years in jail for those lies, or he could choose to let Casey Anthony walk free, figuring the 2 years, 9 months she's been held in jail are punishment enough. Former Florida Judge Alex Ferrer.
This is lying about a missing child that mobilized an entire community of law enforcement officers, cost millions of dollars in searching for this missing child that was already dead. And that's a big lie.
On Wednesday, Casey's parents, Cindy and George, left their home, again with nothing to say publicly. The Orange County Sheriff's Office says the Anthony family has received death threats. While outside the courthouse, Maite Esterling put a sign in her car window that reads, "Baby Killer."
How could she be free after she killed her baby?
And while the experts say most protesters are only venting anger, there's always a possibility one could act out, targeting the Anthony family, including Casey when she's released, or the 12 jurors.
People in their personal lives know that they served on the jury, so I assume that eventually some of them will be found out, some of them will be vetted, and people will know who they are, and I think they're probably terrified of that coming out.
It's unclear when Casey is released, either today or whenever, if she'll earn money off her notoriety, but to that end, the state has filed a motion to tax her if she is earning any profits after this. There is a law in Florida that allows the prosecution to recover the costs from the investigation and the prosecution, and those costs easily exceed $1 million. Ann?
All right, Kerry Sanders this morning. Kerry, interesting point. Thank you, Mark.